Hey U7s, this video is going to be looking at the topic from the chance strand, and this is listing probabilities and their outcomes. I'm going to do 4 different examples in this quick mini video tutorial, and hopefully this will give you insight to how chance works and how to answer these questions. So the first question that we have here is a coin is tossed in the air. What is the total number of outcomes? So in other words, an outcome is just what 2 different ways, and I've provided the answer, but what ways can this coin land on? And there's heads and tails. If you're all familiar with a coin, 2 sides. So when it says what the number of outcomes are, well, in this case, there are 2 outcomes. So you would just answer this as 2. You'll get questions that go on that will ask you how many outcomes there are within a certain scenario, and you'll just answer them depending on how many outcomes there are. Now, even if you will get some questions that will have the same outcome. So for instance, you might have a dice and some of the numbers are the same. It's a 6-sided dice and some of the numbers are the same. You would still say that there are 6 outcomes, okay? Even though some of those outcomes were the same, there will still be 6 outcomes. But in this case, for flipping a coin, there are 2. Marble selected without looking. What is a probability of selecting an orange marble? So probability is given in the form of a fraction, okay? It's given in the form of a fraction. And when we have this fraction, there are 2 numbers that are important. The first number, okay, the first number is the actual topic or the outcome of interest, okay? So right here is the outcome of interest, the outcome of interest. And we're interested, based on the question that's provided, we're interested in the likelihood of an orange marble selected. Well, how many oranges are there? Well, there are 3. So in this case here, this is 3. And then the bottom number, this is the number of outcomes all up. So that little hash there just means number of outcomes all up. And that also includes the orange marbles that we have here. So in this case, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our fraction is 3/8, which is this answer here, okay? If this fraction can be simplified, you will go ahead and put this fraction into your scientific calculator using the fraction button that looks like this. And when you place this fraction in and you go equals, it should give you the simplified version. If it gives you the same answer, the fraction can't be simplified. So in this case, 3/8, when you put it in, it will show 3/8, can't be simplified. Sometimes it might give you a decimal answer. If that's the case, just press the SD button to change it back into a fraction. The third question, or third example rather, question 8, a jelly bean is selected without looking. What is the probability of selecting a blue jelly bean? Well, again, we're going to write this in the form of a fraction. We count how many outcomes of interest, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 jelly beans, and we count how many jelly beans there are all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 4/12. But you'll notice that 4/12, this answer is not provided. This means this can be simplified. Okay, now you can use your calculator to simplify it, or you can find the highest common factor between the 2, the highest common factor. And remember, the highest common factor is just a number that can go into both 4 and 12. And it's the highest out of the 2. Because we know 1 can go into both 4 and 12. We know 2 can go into both 4 and 12. But the highest out of all of them, out of all the factors, is 4. How many 4s go into 4? once. And how many 4s go into 12? 3. So 4 over 12 is exactly the same as 1/3. So there's a 1 in 3 chance of selecting a blue from these jelly beans. So this will be an answer here. And the final example, which is getting towards the trickier questions, which spinner is equally likely to land on pink as spinner A? So what this is saying is that this pink, what's the likelihood of this happening? And then using that likelihood, try to figure out if there is the same likelihood for pink popping up. The first thing we know that there are 3 outcomes all up, and pink is one of them. Or in other words, there's a 1 in 3 chance. If you want to think of this as a percentage, there's a 33.33% chance of this happening. And we can get to this in another video, how to work this out. Are there any scenarios where there's a 1 in 3 chance of pink happening? If we look at this one, this isn't the case because there's 3 out of 6, which is a half. So it can't be this one. Okay, pink happening is a half chance, so it can't be this one. This right here is a 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a 2 in 8 chance, which is 1/4. So it can't be that one because 1/4 isn't the same as 1/3. Here, this is a 2 in 6 chance, which is a 1 in 3rd. So this is the answer. And just to double check, this is a 1 in 5. Can't be that one. So this is the answer. So this is the saying that the likelihood of getting pink if I use a spinner will be the exact same likelihood as this one here, because both of them are a 1 in 3 chance. And that concludes this video.